Okay, so hopefully recording and then also hopefully getting the sound this time. I've sometimes missed that. So always interesting to hear. Could we have a little comment about like who is here? I see, yeah, on my screen I see, oh, actually I can move that screen down and see what happens then. I'll get totally, if I move this down here, and I'll stop presenting for a little bit and ask Reinhard, you're always here. Thank you. So give one little sentence about who you are.
I'm Rainer, I'm based in Germany. I'm a member of the technical team and I work with the cameras on the Blue Box. So that the video streams are coming in with a little bit help of others and yeah, stacking the images. I will say more later in the meeting about this.
Yes, yes. Can I ask Stebby Cakes if you want to say something about cakes?
I am representing a couple of people in here from a research group. We term the what that covers most of the phenomena, including plasmoids, and we are trying to develop new sensors for our own take on the kit to detect these things.
Okay. Melanie? Melanie Mills?
Oh, I'm here. Hi, I'm Melanie. I work with Stabby in the what. Right now, I've been focusing on a lot of remote viewing type stuff. I did post something in Hasdalen about a preliminary remote viewing of there. But we actually started with like a lot of the Skinwalker Ranch phenomena, and we started studying that. And there's a big group of us studying that type of thing, which naturally leads over to you guys, which is yours is very exciting as well. So thanks for having us.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Oh, yeah. You have to unmute if you're saying something. Terje.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was it me?
Yeah, who are you?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm just curious. I have followed the topics for quite some years, and I've not been involved in this project, so I'm here to listen and learn.
Nice. And Erik, you say just a few sentences.
Yes, I'm a team member from Sweden, and I've been to Hästdalen a lot of times, and I enjoy it every time. And I hope to see some of you in 25. I think it's in September, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be in September or the end of August. We'll have another field trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Johnny, can you unmute and say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Johnny from Denmark. I am a team member, and I have had some observation myself in and I have not been in Hesdalen, but I had a big observation in Norway in Hemsedal.
And you sent me some nice videos.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
So I'm very interested in what you're doing and follow you on the sideline and yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Christian. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Christian. I'm from Germany, and I'm a team member, and I'm currently working on getting us interviews with YouTubers and podcasters in order to gain attention and eventually, hopefully, that leads to funding. And we've had 3 interviews by now in the past few months.
Yeah, very nice. Chris, hi.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm joining from Baltimore, and I've been with the group. Hi, Erik. Since the field trip weekend, so it's nice to see some familiar faces.
Yeah, nice to see you. Ron, you are also there. Unmute if you want to say hi.
Me, hi.
Yeah, hi.
I'm Ron. I'm original from the Netherlands. I'm living for 25 years in Norway. I'm an active observer in Hesdalen. I've seen a lot of nice objects and orbs, and mostly on the daytime. And yes, I'm a medlem, and a member of the Hessdalen team. Yeah, that's me.
Thank you. Erling, you have to say a few words.
Well,
Let's see how few you are able to do, because you have so much.
Erling Strand is my name. I'm one of the founders back in 1983. I've been a lot in Hessdalen and done a lot.
And then we have Francisco, actually. Nice to see you.
Hi there. I'm from Portugal. With both Erling and Fred, we are part of ICER, the International Coalition for Extraterrestrial Research, and I'm also a member of the Transdisciplinary Center for Consciousness Studies from the University of Fernando Pessoa here in Porto, Portugal.
Tone is just a big T. Would you like to say hi?
Hi, yeah. I didn't think it was with the camera.
No.
Yeah, I'm Tone. I'm from Stavanger in Norway, and I'm a member of the UFO Rogaland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I'm curious. I've never been to Hessdalen, but maybe someday.
Yes,
So,
September.
Yeah.
September.
September.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Thanks. Andrea.
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
I'm Andrea, based in Rome, Italy. I don't know if you can see me. Yes. And I am an AI engineer, a rather esoteric one, in the sense that I've tried avoiding a lot of basics exams to get into bioengineering and neuroscience. So in the end, I have a strange mix of disciplines in a bag. And lateral thinker and project member. Too much lateral thinker sometimes.
Okay. Ross, would you say hi?
Yes, hello, I'm Ross. I'm from Germany, and I do support the project Hessdalen since 8 years.
Yes, thank you. Jonny?
Hello.
Hi.
I don't know if you mean me,
Yes.
Johnny, or the other
Oh, there's
Johnny,
two
but
of them.
yeah. Well, I'm kind of like curious, kind of the same boat as Terje, just following the phenomena and interested in that kind of stuff. So
Yes.
first time in a meeting like this, I'm just curious to see what is going on.
Yeah,
So,
let's find out.
Yeah.
Yes. Doug. Hi, Doug.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Yeah. Just joining in, listening, multitasking, other stuff as well. Busy as always.
Yes.
Always curious to see what's going on. Just saw your Facebook post with the podcast that you were on, which was cool. I'm gonna check out the whole full episode. But yeah, no, I'm like a team member doing some development stuff here and there, some server stuff, some Cloudflare web page. I'm an entrepreneur. I have a software business myself, and so I'm kind of like both a front end, back end developer and a business person, I guess, and always been interested in the phenomenon. And haven't been to Hessdalen yet. I've been there once, but that was close by. And that was a long time ago, and that was not for spotting UFOs, but for spotting birds when I went there for hunting. So, but I want to go there to hunt for some lights sometime as well.
Yeah, nice. That was good. You were so organized, all of you, doing what I was asking you to do. So thank you. Just nice. So I will try to go kind of fast through the rest of the agenda because it's always interesting to get to the discussion. But still, after all, yeah, you saw the agenda. Go through it. thank you, Christian. You set us up with a night shift, and I thought it was kind of a fun episode. It's almost 2 hours. So the very quick one that is on the main page, because on this main page now I put, they compile this into a shorts, and it's very much selling what we want to do and asking for donors. So I'm like so happy about that. And then they have a face that is so well known put on the front. So, okay. Anyway, so as you said, we've been lucky with the last podcasts that we've been joining. I really enjoy that. Yeah, I'm not going to say much more about that. Oh, I'm not going to. I don't want to play it. I want to go to the next here. Okay. So just a quick summary. I have reduced the number of team members, kind of brutally kicked out 10 because if they don't open their Gmail, then you're out. And then we also had this on the annual meeting that you had to pay. So now we're down to 23 members. On Ko-fi, we're not enough still, but it's 36 paying members. So that gives us 180 euros a month. But of course, if we are able to get that times 10, then I'm really lucky. That's what I'm looking for. On Discord, probably a few more now after the night shift, and I saw that some people would join. So that was very good, 1,100 something. And on YouTube, we're still just 644 followers. So anyway, we do have this application form, and I would like you to kind of remember to invite people to become members, because it's this little money that will pay for our internet services. We don't have any other donors except for those members that pay a little bit extra. Yeah, my wife didn't hear that, I hope. So, and then if you are a normal member, go through the Ko-fi, you will be connected to the member area. There's a little bit more information there. So the webpage has been updated a little bit. I had my intentions of using a proper CMS system, and it's still on my list, but it takes too much time. So now I just put it on Google Sites, and it's too easy to create with the Google Sites, and you can do quite a lot. So now I also have here people, and just I want to have more from the team, so I can get some names of who we are. I'd like to kind of show the faces and tell people that this is okay.
I'm just saying you're not sharing your screen, so if you want to share.
That's a good point. I am looking at it myself, and it looks good. Let me share my screen. Choose a screen, and here it is. Okay, and then that's it. Okay, yeah. So thank you for telling me. So on the home here, I have like put out some links. So I think on my own, I have also. Yeah, night shift, and in this case, I actually have the notes that I had for night shift. So if there are anyone that would like to know about any of these pages, then just contact me. Okay. And now using the Google Sites, it's very easy to make other people on the team to just edit. So over to the blue box. Let's have, did I go too fast? No. Yeah, over to the blue box. I think I skipped one page actually. Sorry, I want to go back to page 5, because in Discord, we have good activity, a lot of people that shows up, and also you, Lina, commented on a guy that was in this UFO cabin. Was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago? He said he was in that UFO cabin and he was looking at 3 lights outside.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, remember that? So I think that's
Sometime.
a good example of like when you're there, you actually can use this Discord to get in contact with people.
Exactly, because he said he has seen something, and then I could, check on the streams if something was in the streams or in the saved videos. But
Yeah.
I think I did not find something.
It was a little bit unclear, but then it's the angle is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. Yeah. Okay. So I went through this, and now you can comment.
Yeah, just a very small comment from me. So to everybody new, here is we have 2 cameras sitting on the blue box. One is looking more to the south, the other one to the west, northwest. And they are also live streaming to YouTube. So whoever wants to check them, they are live on YouTube. And additionally, we record them. And then I do like an artificial long time exposure so that you can see these star trails. And if something is going through the image, something light in the night or something dark during the day, you will see it. And also these stacked images are also on our team drive for the whole world to check them. And sometimes, I have a lot of meteorites, so the dashed lines are meteorites. They are dashed because I only stack every second frame. So if something is moving very fast, it's not a continuous streak of light, but it's a dashed one. But sometimes I have also lights which are at the same area of the sky for quite a long time. And that's one example here where the arrow is pointing to. So it's over the course of multiple hours, and it's more or less at the same place in the sky, but it's also going up and down. And that's from camera 2, which is looking to the south. So it might be some kind of satellite, but it's there for a really long time. I don't know if the satellite is illuminated by the sun for such a long time. Sometimes in the middle it goes dark for, I don't know, maybe an hour, 1.5 hours, but then it appears again more to the south. And if we go to the next slide, Fred, there is a small video clip of this cropped section of the sky. And you see now it's in the middle on the top of the screen. Now it's disappearing. Now it's going down again. And this part of the video loops. So I don't know what it is. It could be some geosynchronous satellite or what, but sometimes I find lights like this in the sky and I don't know what it is. And I just want to put it out there. Maybe somebody else knows.
Yeah. Anybody wants to comment on this? Because this is kind of, and then it shows up here. You have been looking at these pictures a lot.
That's true. I'm a little bit behind for some days, but yes.
It's, yeah.
But it's a great fun thing to do because sometimes the meteorites are also quite nice. So if you have one covering half of the sky, it looks great.
Yeah.
The best ones I put into the Discord chat.
Yeah, that's true. So also a good reason to go into the Discord and have a look what's there. Yeah. Reporting, I'm kind of disappointed about. I mean, I do have it on the menu here, like pretty obvious, like report sighting, and you can just go in and fill it out right here if you want. This was made basically for another project. We have a lot of, and that's also on the front page. We have a lot at the bottom here. You have this UFO archive. And the thought was that we could go through the different years and then plot when these observations were in the history. So that's why if you look at this report, it says here, source, and then link to that source. But of course, you don't have to fill it out. So I decided I can just use this as a simple form to report, and I made it in Norwegian because it's mostly Hessdalen that we are thinking about. But there's still a lot to do with the reporting form itself and how to manage it, and I'm not happy about that situation at all. So I found that, okay, the only thing we've had is basically from the conference, a few reports that were put in, 2 of them. And then I'm trying to make people sure that they can just call, but who's going to follow up? Now I put my name and Erling's name out. and I need some more. And I do know that we can get help from. I'm always going to say MovePass, but that's not what I want to say. MoveOn, because we have Anneli from Sweden that could help us out. I know that. But I also have a dream of making a simple mobile application where we could kind of browse the cases, and maybe that would be one way to invite people to add your story, and not just Hessdalen in a way, but still it's work. I just need the programmers. I got this good suggestion from a guy from Discord. Flood the valley with paper form, so people can just take one at the shop or library or the cabin where they are and fill it out. And maybe we should even offer some kind of a small gift if they fill it out, like a little keychain or bottle opener or something like that, just to make people do it. I think I can follow up on that one. But still, I feel every time I'm in Hessdalen and talking to somebody, there's another story showing up that is not reported. What I should say is that of these observations that we have now on this list here, Erling has been going through his book, so books of notes through the years. So in 82, 83, are you done with 83, Erling?
Yes, I'm working on 84 now. Maybe people should know that they can find the old observation reports on the old Hessdalen.org website. Yeah, there you see it. And if you see since 1998, I think, or late 1990, 1998, I think. We started to, when we get the blue box up, we started to collect the new observation and so on. So all the data from 1998 and upwards was written in when we got him. But we had a whole lot of old reports from the early 80s, those reports which actually got us to start this project. This has been written on paper and was collected in the early 80s. And they are written on, it's not on my books, as you said, it's written reports. So I have started to put those reports out. So I've been starting from the first years, I think it was 1960 something. If you look at go to the list again, yeah. So 1967, that's the first one we had when we started to write down. So all these report is written on paper, mostly on those who have seen it. And I'm in the process of writing all these reports in to the web so you can read it yourself. Yes. So far I've reached 1984, so I'm not finished completely with that one, but you can look at 1984 and before, but the other one will continue to come all the way up to 1998, I think, when we had started with the new thing.
And I kind of want you to continue to put them in exactly where they are, because that is kind of like where they've always been and where they should be. And the reason I just made this into one document is mostly just because I was always browsing around and looking and trying to find. But here it's easier if I just I can search within the entire document, and I can also just take everything and put it in. I can actually give the link to this document to like a notebook LLM or ChatGPT, and then I can start to ask it stuff. So that's why the reason for that. And Chris Hansen is here, and he has been helpful to actually to format on this document. And yeah, here you can even open and close like this. So I've been asking him if he could take those years that you have now updated and put them in. No pressure, but it's just the nice thing. The nice thing is that once you have it in one document, I can use the AI tools so much easier.
I should point out that there's a lot more reports I had to write in. So if he's going to process and do something, maybe he should wait until I'm finished so he gets everything.
But if you say that you're done with that year, then he could take that year.
Yeah, I'm closely done to 1984 now. Before that's finished. The one is not in 1984 is the report from the report or the field work itself. The first field work we had where we got 58, I think, or 55 observation of the phenomena. Those are not yet written in. In the report itself, you can see a summary of the date and one sentence on each of these. That's old. But actually, I have the old written reports with a lot of more details, with the name of the people and so on. So it's a lot of them. I'm working on that.
Yeah. So on this page, I just put out a picture from this movie, this documentary called "The Sky in Hessdalen," or Heaven. In sky is also heaven. So Heaven in Hessdalen is the name of this movie, Norwegian movie, but it's Norwegian. But I wanted to kind of show the pictures of people. So, and also we had this meeting in December, and then we had like 20 or 25 people, and I think Jon Arvid Aspås was the first one telling his story. So this is the story he told in Norwegian, so I have translated that to English so you can all understand. And this is actually going back to this movie. So if you click on this one, I guess you will get straight into commercial. You'll get straight into the place in the movie when he's telling this story, if you understand Norwegian. So I have on this page tried to highlight some of these stories. Some of them I just have that little stuff that is there. We can definitely go and talk to Leif Håvik and get more from him. And Arnfinn Grøtårdal, I'd never heard this story before, but that was very typical saucer landing next to his barn with 3 creatures getting out. Now, this is just, of course, ChatGPT making some silly drawings. Yes, Erling?
Yes, about the Leif Håvik observation, you have put some few information there. But if you want to read the whole thing, you will find it on the old Hessdalen website.
Then I will, yes.
It's not, before you go to Leif Håvik, you should read the whole thing in the old Hessdalen website.
So there's lots here. Here is the story that, this is actually the picture, wasn't it? This is the picture that you saw, Erling? The light that you saw, So
that story is also out.
Yeah, and this is one place. You click on this one and you'll go to Chris Leto when you're telling the story for Chris Leto. And there are other places too, but I thought it was kind of cool to have the picture that started the whole project. For me, that is the picture that started. Maybe not for you, but for me it is. So, okay. So, Jonny.
Yes, I have a question to Erling. It's just about these orbs in the sky. Has this orb been seen the houses for some of the locals, or
not inside the houses.
Not inside, outside. Yeah. Okay.
Just outside. They have been very close. They have eliminated the room inside. Been so close and so
very
strong.
interesting. Yeah.
So, but some of them are written in the old Hessdalen website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I think that you have sent me some movies, right? But these are.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if these are these are the others, but you also had sent me some pictures before.
I have some that I was going into my apartment. Some orbs flying around, and I also filmed them outside, and
and I
many
would.
things.
Yeah, and I think they're so interesting. I lost my Facebook account, so I think they were on my Facebook account, and so I would love to have it again, but we can talk.
I could send it to you again with where shall I send the videos?
Yeah, we can talk later on.
Yeah, we
can do that. Yes.
Yes.
No problem. Yes. So let's see. Yeah. So actually, that was more about reporting than I expected. But yeah, and let's just continue quickly. Field trip planning is something that we have started internally, and we have created the Google space for that. And as you can see, we have invited 15 members. So those who use the Gmail from Hessdalen, they will also find this space. And we're just trying to kind of get some thoughts about what are we going to do and how we're going to do it. And then we will invite to a public brainstorming on the 5th of January. I'm going to put that out and send it out. See what, because you can now actually go here and go to the front page and next field trip, and you can say that you're interested in following what we are thinking and planning. So if you sign up there, you will get the invitation at least. And then we're going to do some more internal like follow up, and then probably talk about it on the next status meeting. But as you see, there's a page here, and we have some thoughts about it for now. These are just to get started, and as you see, I'm saying that why not just look at the MUPAs and see what we can do about that. Yeah, that's it. See, no hands, so no questions. There will be 5th of January is the time. And we also have to put focus on the application to NHIR. We also have a space for that for internal, or we can invite external members too. And we've already taken out all the fields that we have to fill out and all the details. And I have also emailed the organizations that we could cooperate with, like I emailed and called Iman Ansbro, and I've contacted the Ukrainian Artem and others. So let's see if we get some collaboration with that. Now we have a hand. At least I had the sound of a hand. Christian.
Yeah, I just want to ask, did you hear back from anyone? Did anyone agree to support us with the NHIR?
Well, those two that I mentioned, Iman Ansbro, he's like, yeah, let's discuss, and Artem in Ukraine, he was just like also like positive. So I know that I can say those names, and of course I'm going to contact Jim Segala. I haven't heard back from him about this, but we plan to use the MUPAs, or I think so. So of course we're going to talk to him, and then of course there are a few more, and who were at the conference. So at least that's who I've been contacting. mostly. If there are other organizations that we should, like now we know there's another organization present here, maybe they would like to. I think I have it on my front page here. It says simply as, let me see. Yeah, we extend an open invitation to any research institution interested. So it's there, but of course this is not related to the application. But yeah, if anyone has good suggestions, we should talk to them. Like this guy here, we should talk to him. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to bring this up now, but since we talk about Avilog, we talked about contacting the Tedesco brothers. I'm not sure if they're looking for cooperation, but anyway, I would do that probably soon.
Yeah.
And just see if we can learn anything from them. So are we in touch with the NHIR on a regular basis, or is it just...
Not yet. And we've only had 2 meetings, and I plan to give them an update as soon as possible. So that's why now that we have this big TV channel off our shoulders, and then we can focus on this. Yeah.
Thanks.
But we do have this space, so any thoughts and any suggestions could be put into that, and then we can follow up. Yeah, I think you should be in there too.
Me?
Okay. Yeah, I think you are in there actually. But if you're not, we can find out. I think I put you in there.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. So I mean, I can't contribute that much because I don't understand tech. But yeah,
that's not it. You just did contribute because you said we should contact them, and that's also like just put it out, and then maybe we contact them and find out what can we get from them as like suggestions or directions or help. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to be gone from Friday to Sunday after that, and after that I will contact them just to not contact them, and when they get back to me that I'm not available. But like in 10 days I will contact them.
Okay. So you're the one behind this. I like this elevator pitch project. You called it something else, but so and where I'm kind of quite thankful that you're not pushing too many on me and Erling right now, because we need to focus a little bit on the work. But yeah.
Just let me know when you're ready for the next. But I thought the last one with Clint was a great success. And if you saw that email that he sent back to me after I sat next to him, I think we really made friends there, and I think that's worth a lot.
Yeah, and I have put him in contact with both Ian Anspro and the Ukrainian Achtem.
And I think that's a great thing to see, that they're not only help for us, but we can be helpful for them as well.
Yeah,
so that's great to see.
Yeah, so I'm really crossing my fingers. Last time we had the board meeting, Erling, I think, suggested that we could ask someone, team member, whoever, to kind of make a page with links to pages that are online with weather information, solar storm, magnetic, whatever public information is out there. If we could find that and compile that into a page. So, because it doesn't have to be in the Blue Box as a weather station or whatever, but if we could find those resources online, that would be nice. So now it's said, just contact me or anyone. Okay.
Yeah, I would just comment that's very, very important, because there's a lot of different sensors, magnetic activity, which some are not that far from Hessdalen. So if we got a list of what we can get, easy access, because they may be hard to find if you're not in the topic, but if someone could search and find, that would be great.
So that would be nice. And I think one of the reasons I started some questions that made Erling suggest this is because I was talking to a guy on Discord, and this is the one I was hoping that would be here and give me a little bit about briefing, because he sent me this graph, and I think it's before Erling has updated the observations, but this is like this solar cycles, and this is the observations, and this is just for Hessdalen. But he sent me another graph where he has worldwide data and showing some correlation between the solar phases or cycles. So it would be fun to hear him, and one day I'm gonna get him here on the screen and talk about it. But I don't think he's here today. So yes, Erling?
Maybe I should comment a little bit about solar activity
Yeah.
and sightings, because that was one of the first theories or hypotheses about what's going on. And because in 1981, late 1981, 82, it was a big solar activity phase. So we thought that could be a correlation, because that was the time when the observations started to be there. But the solar is normally 11 years between each. So 1981, that should be 1992, but there was not a big observation phase in 1992. So
And
theory was so big anymore.
No. But when he is showing the worldwide data, there is more a correlation actually. But he was also commenting on that because I was asking him, could it be, that was my little theory, and we discussed it a little bit. I think it's kind of interesting. Could it be that because of all the negative comments that people in Hessdalen got, and the next 10 years they did not want to report? But you said maybe that's not the case. Maybe it was just not reported. No sightings. And that's what he said too. I think worldwide it was a low activity in the 90s.
Yeah.
I have a meeting. Okay. Bye, Francisco. So anyway, but may I ask, what's your name again? Melanie or what was your name again? Choppy something. Melanie, could you comment a little bit on what you're doing? Yeah, you're also into orbs, aren't you?
Very much.
Yeah.
And solar activity and all the things you're mentioning. I was just pulling up like intermagnet data. I think the closest one to you is up in Sweden, and things like following the solar cycle, something we do also.
Yeah, okay. I think orb is a very interesting topic these days, so I would definitely like to know more about it.
It's thrilling. I mean, there's so many different types of orbs. I think you mentioned a lot of the plasma, just the plasma ones, the pre-earthquake ones. There's I don't know if you want to go into the Patrick Jackson ones, the ones where there's 3 that kind of line up and they think they're kind of like surveillance and they act in accordance with 3. There's the pre-earthquake ones. There's the cube and the sphere ones. There's different. I mean, they're all phenomena, but they may all be different origins or different purposes. It seems to me like what you're seeing up in Hessdalen is along the lines of the pre-earthquake ones. It has something to do with water, is what we're understanding. Some kind of maybe communication, some kind of earth energy of movement, and whether it's symbolic of something happening underground. I don't know. I could talk for an hour on this if you want.
Yes, I would like that one day, but maybe not today. We're going to be too late then. But I think that the story that Matthias has sounds to me very much like some kind of a natural phenomena, because he was talking about something that kind of went up and were kind of pulsating a little bit and then went higher up. and also this Helge Otterøe. I was actually met him in first week of December up there in Hessdalen, and he was just I took a picture of him, a selfie with him and me, and then he commented that that mountain behind us, he sometimes sees these orbs going down the mountainside. And others have commented that they've seen from the same mountain, going from the mountain and up, and kind of stop a little bit and then stay there and then continue up, and then this repeats itself. So there are these orbs, and then I also have this one now. This is from 2016. Ann Björg, she was actually in the meeting last time. And she commented that she followed this orb for half an hour. Wow. So I think I show that. Actually, these are actually put there as pictures. So if I go like this, you can see them. And so this was, as you saw on this side here, she said she followed it along the side of the mountain. And when it turned up Hessdalen, she decided to go to Hessdalen. She was actually planning to drive to Ålen, but then she decided to follow it. And she was following it all the way up to this place, as far as I understand, half an hour. So it was definitely in the valley. Yeah. But it's some short videos here and there when she stopped the car. So I know that Erling has 4 categories. I just make it simple and make it 2. There are lights and there are craft. But these lights is like a lot of them, for me, seems to be like round orb-like. Yeah.
I think that's like what they seeing at Skinwalker Ranch up in the air when they're flying around. Does anybody look at it with FLIR? Have you guys been using FLIR? Because you should be able to see more phenomena, because that's one of the theories, is they're just outside of our light. They're just right outside of that portion of the magnetic spectrum. So whether it's a little bit into the IR or ultraviolet, that's where you're going to see things.
Yeah. What I am really hoping is that we could use spectrogram to find out what it is. Andrea?
Yeah, just wanted to point out that, also Project Hessdalen, and I think Erling with Massimo Tudrani at that time, they actually found some quite defined like signature in the VLF and ELF spectrum.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, in the VLF, that's one of the things I'm looking at. Like, that's mostly in Italy where you see these, but you can, I guess they're learning to predict earthquakes from these, but it's all connected, like the earthquake phenomena and the way the Earth is communicating or evolving or whatever, and these phenomena, or especially the light ones, that's fascinating. That's kind of what we have to figure out, right? What are these light orbs?
Yeah, if I may add a very quick observation, like since you're kind of using these scalar energy sensors to get the phenomena, I think you're supposing that something that has to do with telluric waves, which are scalar in nature, would result in the formation of these lights.
If Sabby's here, she can probably talk more about the scalar type things. But yeah, absolutely. That's what seems to be happening, and I've lost my train of thought. Sorry.
I have a question about when you were saying there's these tree lights. I've always imagined in my head that an orb is only one circular thing.
He says that there will be, if there's one, Patrick Jackson, I believe his theory is if there's one in the sky, there's 3, and they're triangulating. And he has this, I'm not an expert on his whole theory. It's because I don't know that it seems different than the luminous orb phenomena. It seems like it's something else. So I haven't delved too much into it, but it's really fascinating reading. Do you want me to share a link?
If you have, yes, please
Something.
do
Yeah.
that. Yes. Would it be possible that using a spectrogram you could find out what kind of light this is? If it's like plasma light or like other kind of lights, or
that makes a lot of sense. And also if you get the MUPA, they should be, I would think there's some kind of signature.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's, and then like an RF Explorer type thing, the spectrum analyzer, yeah. To see if they're sending out any kind of signals. That would be more of like the portal opening, and if there's a portal there. But if there's some kind of, any kind of entanglement might have some kind of signature that we don't understand yet, but would be measurable. The idea is that my belief, and I know this is measurable. I know you guys can do it. And I know.
Yeah, just time and money.
That's the problem,
yeah.
right? And the location in the cold.
Yes, that's also true. Make it work in the cold. Yeah. Andrea?
Yeah, sorry, Fred, if I'm throwing out thoughts. But when we talked about AI models, we've always talked about detection models and classification of genuine observations with respect to not genuine ones. But wouldn't be interesting instead, since we don't have like an ontology, like zoological, let's say, the definition of the different phenomena, wouldn't be useful instead first to have a classification model on annotated, genuine phenomena, to just be able to classify all these signatures with in all these dimensions of the data.
Well, that's why like someplace like Hessdalen, where it's just constant, there's just so much, a long history, and it's going, and that's the type of place where you can start to categorize this and learn about it, because I don't know of any other place really that's just so much of the orbs, really, of that, and it's consistent, and it's seemingly consistent. I don't know with FLIR, I don't know. This project's very exciting. But yeah, we need to, I mean, wish there was already a model that existed, but we don't have one yet.
Yeah. No, but as I feel, is like MUPAS is the one that we know we can just buy and plug in. The only thing I need to do now is, and I didn't share my screen now. Let me do that again. And the entire screen, and it's doing this weird thing again. Entire this one, and let's go back to the field trip. Oops, field trip 2025. So I'm thinking that there are, these are the sensors. So quite a lot. I don't know what range it is. I mean, if I put this out in the valley, how far will it detect? So if I go to the maps and then Hessdalen, then this is, I think the blue box is here somewhere. Yeah, and it's just kind of looking out in this direction like this. So I'm thinking, like, if we put the MUPAS out, this is Lærdalen that he was talking about, observations. The first observation he did, he was telling that people saw it in this direction. So people were standing here and they saw it in this direction. So he took his scooters up here and they were like on this side and they saw it on the other side. So I was thinking, like, I know, is this where you put the sensors you had out in this area?
Yeah, behind Finsterhögda, before Ledalen, there's
Yeah.
one valley called Ökdalen, and there I placed these magnetic field sensors for a week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
More or less where this lake in the middle is, I think.
Okay.
Should be,
Yeah.
could be there, yeah.
Yeah. But there are no
But
houses, no nothing, no cabin?
further back in Ledalen, I think there is a road with houses. We haven't been so far, but
Okay.
if you look in Google Maps on the satellite picture, there are some.
Okay. Because we could look for electricity
Mhm.
if we could kind of get close to a cabin and if there is electricity, or that's still, I think that if we want to put it out here, we need a solar panel, a battery, and the whole thing. So that's the goal in a way, that we can put these on a battery and a solar panel, and then wrap it into a rock. Yeah, Johnny.
Yes. Is there a plan for more of these blue boxes? Maybe.
Yeah, well, put it this way: it took us a long time to get the 50,000 we needed to
Yeah,
just
I know.
yeah. So, and it's
Yeah.
like I had to bug people and ask people and beg people. So
Yeah.
we need the application.
Yeah.
We need
I know.
some donors,
Yeah.
but we do have 2 other places. And actually, what I have been playing around with is just Hyttetorget. I'm going to show you this because my whole thought is that we have solar energy at the cabins in Norway.
Okay.
So what we could do is just take advantage of some of these. Let me see if I can find it on top here. All products, and I think they have. What's that? Lysvarme. Yeah, they have. Where's that? This one, solar panel, and they have some cabins. Let me see. Ventilator. I can't find it right now, but they have some cabins that you can call in. You can start up if you need to actually charge the battery. You can just say fill it up, and
Yeah.
So all that stuff should be pretty easy to actually buy. Let me see. Yeah.
I actually have one myself with, I think it's called EcoFlow, with
Yeah.
some foldable solar I can set outside. So, but yeah, you need some a bit of power, absolutely.
Yeah. So if it's another blue box, meaning that it has a powerful computer, I think that's actually on the front page here. We have this computer lined up somewhere here. This is the one we have now. We have this computer in the blue box. This is the one making the stacked images, Rainer, isn't it? Yes, okay. And we have 2 of these cameras, and we actually have 1/3. So we bought 3 camera and this one. So to create another blue box, we would need to have the casing, the power, the internet, and the
More
proper
cameras.
and more cameras and another powerful
Yeah.
computer. So of course, what is possible is that we can scale it down as much as possible, but I think that this MUPAS does not need so much power. But it doesn't have a camera. But it does have now on this. It has an infrared camera that you can plug into it.
Okay.
So, and I think they have at least on their front page, they have description here of a MUPAS macro that also has a camera, and it takes 1 picture every second. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I want to use a little bit more time on the discussions about the drone situation. So now I want to have a lot of hands, and I think this is also maybe also going into plasmoids and plasma whatever. Andrea.
Yeah, before we jump in the drone situation, if I have time just to leave 2 links.
Yes.
It's about hardware for the blue box and eventually for the stones or rocks.
Yes.
One is this. It's LoRa is a technology that we can use on microcontrollers like ESP32. And it can allow us to basically communicate long range, like kilometers, and build a wireless sensor network in the valley between the rocks and communicating back to the blue box without needing internet. And we would not be able to communicate things like images, pictures, audio, but we would essentially send raw data, like text and bits and stuff that we can work out at the blue box for, let's say, almost real-time analysis. And then SD cards can just, yeah, we can just type everything there. So one is that one, and the other one is replacement for the computer in the blue box, or eventually for another blue box computer, and it's the Raspberry Pi new Compute Module 5. That it's basically a microcomputer, but we can hook it up to anything like NVMe, SSDs, big RAMs, graphic cards. So we can even build a stack out of them, and it would be maybe not so much cheaper if we start stacking more than one of those than a regular computer. But if we use only one, we would have, I mean, a number of advantages, because yeah, apart from the dimensions, we will basically be able to hook up sensors and stuff like you would do with a microcomputer or microcontroller, because we have pins, GPIO pins and other stuff. Yeah.
Yes. I will add these into the NHIR application and also the planning of the field trip, but I feel I want to do for the field trip, I want to do in parallel. I want to think about what we can make, but also think about what we can buy, because buying is always easier than building, but building is what you want. But then you have to go through the whole process of making it and deciding how to store the data and everything like that. Let me see. Am I lost now? Yes. No, I was commenting on the starting introduction to this drone situation, and let me see, where is that again? Here, which is weird. It's kind of like interesting to be now in this month, because everybody's saying there's something happening soon, but then you just have to be patient. And I think both of these are, let me see if this is, I don't know if I should, you've probably seen so many already.
The drones mystery still continues. New Jersey police have been reporting that they're still seeing these objects. The government.
So what I did was that I took some time back, I took this graph and I was looking at trends from Google of UFO, mystery drones, and then New Jersey drones. And apparently it's the New Jersey drones that people are searching for. And then I realized that no, it's actually drones that people are searching for. So I commented this on last time. And the reason is because you see that in December, it was a big top. And I took this about UFOs from back to 2004. And you can see that there have been some spikes many times. And this one now that we feel it's so hot, such a hot topic, is just like a little peak after all. It's not that, it's the drones that are interesting. So, and I was taking, let me see, I think I have it not here, put that away. And probably one of these, let me see, Google, let me see, where did I put that? Gone. I had this this map now, just the same things, to see if there was a new peak, if there was new interest that had showed up. And no. In the media, it has died out. So if we feel that this is a hype, there's a lot going on. Yeah, you find it because it's in your inbox, because we have been searching for it and it's getting to you. But in general media, it's not. So, and then you can start to discuss is like, is this because the media doesn't have an attention span for more than a week or two? Or is there, actually, I put this one up because I feel that there's a lot of distraction. When I was reading about this Cybertruck that exploded outside of the Trump Tower, and that he had written a manifest, and there was something about that he was actually one of the whistleblowers to come out, and then he kills himself. And then in the manifest, there's a lot of information that is not true. I mean, he's trying to explain who he is and giving information that is apparently not true at all. So I feel like there's a lot of like, this is just like distraction. What's going on? I don't know if anyone would like to comment about it or have some questions about it or whatever. Who has the guts? Oh, okay. Andrea, I'll start with you and then Eric.
Yeah, I'll throw out some things, some random things.
Yeah.
First of all, again, as I said last time, very interesting overlap between the orbs and other phenomena situation and the drones or mystery drones situation. That kind of seemed like a sort of first distraction from the real thing happening.
Mm-hmm.
The second, at least in US, many things have happened since the New Jersey drone. So I think the media coverage just shifted, even just naturally towards the most important things. Even though actually having big drones over your skies as a national security concern would be quite relevant. And what else? I wanted to say third thing. I cannot remember it right now. I'll just leave it like this.
Yeah, natural shift of focus. Eric, you want to comment on it?
Yeah, the person who was in the car who exploded outside the house.
Yeah.
They talked about that this was a military person.
Yes.
And they said he had shot himself.
Yeah.
But in the car they found a Desert Eagle gun. And they said that if he had shot himself with that one, the bullet should have gone out through the window and in the other window outside.
Yeah.
And the window was not broken and nothing was hurt. The windows was not broken in the house either.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that?
Yeah.
Was it dead before or because you can drive that car without the person with the wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like a total distraction, and as I said, there was even obvious lies, misinformation in the manifest. Why would he write a manifest where he is writing something that is totally wrong. Christian, what do you say?
So I find it very hard to build an opinion on that because there's so many things. But what was kind of weird to me is like in that car you saw how it exploded. They found his ID, and I was wondering, it would take a lot of coincidence for that little piece of plastic to survive, like an explosion like that. I found that interesting, but I mean, I think it's technically possible, but
but all of this,
feels weird. Yeah.
What else is this then? Some kind of a distraction. What does this have to do with the UFO situation? Why did it happen in this? It feels like you are being pushed a lot of noise, and I actually Francisco left, and I was asking him if the military says so obvious, like there's nothing here, there's no danger, nothing to see, and I was saying that maybe they are they don't want us to have a focus on this, and he said that well maybe they know exactly what it is, and that's why they're saying that, because they don't want you to look at it because they know what it is. So there's all different ways of looking at it. Eric was first.
Yes, I thought about what you say about that they find his paper in the car. The car was burning a lot. And the same happens when in 9/11, they found the paper from that person too, to drive the airplane. How is it possible?
Yeah, but why this? Why this if it's a real phenomena? Why all this distraction? What's the noise? Andrea?
You mean what's the signal? I don't know what's the signal. I don't know either what's the noise. But there is a fable link between these guys' situation and UAPs eventually. Since he was in some special access program, maybe he was a whistleblower ready to blow the whistle to someone, and yeah, some accident happened in the meanwhile. But I don't know. There's also another interesting thing. I don't know if you've followed what, like the recent news on the Malaysian MH370 flight disappearance, but this video came out a few times in the last few years. I've always believed it was totally fake, but yeah, apparently some good sources are coming up saying that this is real. So you can see a plane that is supposedly that plane, and you can see in a while some orbs start rotating around it.
Yeah, this is also a weird situation, and there's so yeah. There's what's that guy called? I should remember him. Let me go to my own YouTube and see, because he will probably show up quickly enough. Because I should attribute my comment to him. Let me see, history, and then I have this. I think it's called the backdoor.
Backyard Professor?
Yeah, that one. He's funny. I like him. He was commenting that maybe now that everybody is talking about like something is happening now in January, like Chris Bledsoe is saying so. There's a list of people that is saying that there's something going to happen in January. So he suggested that it could be that if nothing happens, then you have discredited the whole community. So then everybody is like, yeah. This is like a religious sect that you're just thinking something is happening. Is and the coming of the UFOs, nothing happens, so nothing to see. So if you really want to kill it all the interest for it, maybe you can hype it up and then just show nothing happened. I thought it was an interesting way of looking at it. Christian? No. Yeah, Christian, you want to say something? Oh, you're muted.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was muted.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard, but Trump said apparently this week that give me a day or two after the inauguration, and I will tell you what the drones are. So, according to him, we will know in a week. But
yeah, okay. So
I don't know what to make of it. So, but I just thought that was interesting that he's that confident.
Yeah, we may have an interesting status meeting next month. Melanie.
Hi, about the drones. So one of the things I was looking at was just their geography and their gravity maps and their their magnetic surveys, and they definitely have like areas of really low magnetic fields with high concentrations, or and a history of orbs. If you look at like Enigma's story, they have a history like you had of people following cars down the streets and things. So one of the possibilities I'm playing around with my head is that like it could be the drones seem man-made, most of them, and so that it could be like they're that whole theory they're looking for nuclear weapons, that could be, but it could also be that they're exploring some weird phenomena that is happening there right now. I don't know. I mean, because we know that these orbs show up and things happen around problematic areas like war or nuclear power plants. So maybe it's something like that. But they definitely seem man-made. I'm not far from there. I'm in Maryland, and I was going to run up there with my spectrum analyzer and try and do it, but they really seem man-made. So I'm like, they're not really phenomena, and that's all.
Yeah, but I've seen one that wanted to see if he could find these orbs. They were commenting that they saw 50 out from the coast, and so he rented a boat and he went out and he did see something. So it's kind of interesting. You can just go out there. He took this trip this night and he did see something. Not that much, but there was a couple of them. So
I think over on the coast, they're seeing orbs.
yes,
not drones.
yeah. But they were like, and the Coast Guard said something. They saw 13 or something like that in the swarm, and that's also interesting. But the thing is that the local police have said that they have good drones and tried to follow these orbs or lights and have not been able to catch up at all. They just disappear. So there's so many things going on in a way. So I definitely think there you have everything. But my confusion is that if you have these over airport, over nuclear, over city, and why does the federal government just say no, nothing? There's no weapons aboard. There's it's not dangerous. Why do they say that at the same time as they say we don't know what it is? Like don't be concerned, and the local government is concerned.
They should be. There's weird things in their sky, right?
Yeah. Johnny R. Peterson.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can hear me properly, but
yes,
I agree that most of the drones might be man-made, but what about the big part of it that is more like plasma orbs and stuff like that? That can't really be explained by human-made drones and stuff like that.
This article here is not of this world. He has this little commentary, a little article, so you can go there. And then he says there are many lights that he could identify. And then there are 3 tracks that cannot be identified. So it's kind of interesting when you're going through it in detail. And Jonny would know more than Jonny, the other Jonny.
I also think it's hard to navigate in all this, what is going on right now. But one thing I noticed was that interested me a lot is the reaction from the people, the local people. The trust in the government is about zero. They don't trust. That's the most interesting thing. And also the orbs is the most interesting. Not so much the drones. I think it's a mixture of real planes, some of them, and maybe drones. But the orbs is the mysterious part. It's hard to navigate in, I think.
Yeah, it's very hard. So in a way, that's why I like this article here, because it goes through, it does the same thing as Rainer makes stacked images and kind of analyzes it and says, this is a star, this is a satellite, this is an aircraft, boat, headlights. And then there's like 3 of them he cannot identify. So what if we could have more of that in the area? Even during this fire in LA, there's been reports about drones flying by, but if you go to, what's his name again, West, you can see that apparently some of them are just airplanes, and people don't know how to understand the video. But still, there are a number of pictures and videos that are kind of strange. Yeah. So I guess we just have to be living in suspense for another month or 2. Yeah. Melanie.
I have one more thing to say.
Yes.
I did want to mention that there is another type of orb that, I mean, I don't know if they're the same, but there's the Chris Bledsoe type. You guys are aware of his? Like, is that a completely different thing or something similar? Like, in my head, they seem like similar to what you're seeing, but he is able to communicate with them. But who knows? It could be something else.
I think that these pictures here from Annbjørg looks very much like these Chris Bledsoe like orbs.
I do. I think
so. Yeah. So so then the guy on Discord, he is saying that if this is plasma orb, then it could be, then he's actually commenting something about that they could be from the solar storm and being built up and kind of condensated and fall back on Earth. And when it falls back, then it will fall down where the magnetic lines go. So if you have like a geode, something in the ground in the mountain, then maybe this is where there are some magnetic lines that will go down, and then you see the orb. And then they follow kind of energy lines around the valley. I thought it was interesting. So I want him to come and talk about it one day.
I'm following that kind of theory that, like, you also see some when they're like working on satellites or things like that exist on the above our ionosphere, right at the upper limits.
Yeah.
And could they be coming down through, like, for lack of another term, ley lines, or there's energy grid, like there's an Earth's energy grid, which is one of the things we're looking at with different Earth nodes and how that may work.
Yeah. Is it possible to measure these ley lines or these energy lines, and can we find them? That would be cool.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm hoping to find out and figure out someday.
Yeah, and that's why as I said, I would love to dot these, to have these measurements instruments all over this valley. So if there is something moving over the valley, then you would get the measurement from these instruments.
I mean, right now, my theory is that you must have some kind of crossing of ley lines, like a vortex, like Sedona,
Yeah.
existing right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't think it's mundane, whatever it is.
No. No. Eric and then Tone.
Yes, when you were talking about ley lines, I've been doing dowsing, if you know what that is. Dowsing, yes. For when I was started with that when I was 10 years old, so I've done it in 60 years, and you can find that with dowsing.
Okay.
You have Harry and you have Kurt lines, and they have been looking for them too, because if you are a cross for curry cross, you're going to be sick if you are lying in that. But I wanted to talk about the orbs. I'm going back to Hästdalen, because I was on a big meeting in Hästdalen 93, and I talked to a professor from USA, Freiberger, and he talks about plasma. And I asked him, how big can they be, and how long, what to say, the living time for them? And he said that maybe they can be 1 meter, 1.5, and then have a living time for 15 seconds, maybe 20. And I asked him, what are we seeing in Hästdalen then? And he laughed to me. He said, I can't talk about that, he said, because I don't get any foundation then.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 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 Because the one I'm looking at now from Anbjörg, that was half an hour that she followed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he said that it's only a couple of seconds, the
Yeah.
living time for them.
Yeah.
So what is going on here is something else, I think.
Yeah. Tone. And are you muted? No,
Right,
there you are. Yes, now we can. Yes.
Yeah, that's good. I have a question for Melanie.
Yeah.
Do you have a link between the orbs and the crop circles? You know, some people say that is a link. Maybe that's orbs. They see orbs, and it's a pattern there.
I'd heard the same thing. In my head, they're similar, right? Some kind of communication.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know enough about the orbs. But I mean the orbs with the crop circles. But it seems like it is very likely because of the signatures that are left after it, and the way it's broken with like microwaves, I think, and the way the grass bends at the nodes. It seems like it could be an orb related communication.
Yeah, okay. So we're talking about maybe the same things here. So all over the earth, and that's why it's not that common for, I'm just thinking, it's not that common for, the lightnings in the crops. So that's why I'm just, I don't think it's like a lightning, this kulelyn, Fred.
Yeah, ball
What's that
lightning.
in English?
Ball lightning.
Ball lightning, yes. So I don't think it's that, because that's something else. I've seen it in Norway, dancing on the hills, but it seems like it's something else. That's me. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree on that. Yeah. I
Thank
was
you.
wondering, does anyone know if there's been any crop circles in Hästdalen? Or, I mean, because now we're just talking about like if you have a mountainous area with some minerals or geodes or whatever, some that may be making some energy lines. If there are lots of orbs, do we have any crop circles? I've never heard about it. Anyway, I just put it out as a question. Or do we know if there are like a combination between those sites and the crop circles? Andrea, or unless somebody has an answer to that.
I was just going to say, or like circles on the ice. Sometimes they have you see circles, perfect circles in the ice in some places.
Yeah. I'm just wondering sometimes if you had the crop circle up on the mountain, who would see it? Or if there's, yeah. Andrea.
Yeah, I'm leaving a paper from February 2024, talks about plasma entities, specifically in the thermosphere, and they can reach up to a kilometer in size. And I thought it was interesting since we were talking about size and durations. I think the data could say something slightly different.
Yeah. Thank you. People, Christian.
Yeah, regarding the crop circles and the orbs. Of course, I don't know if it was fake or not, but I recently saw a video with some orbs going over a field and forming crop circles like within like 5 seconds or something. And but of course, I don't know if it was fake or not, but they claimed there was a connection and they filmed it. So that's what I can say about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think we. Erling, and then Johnny. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Maybe a comment on the orb, the crop circles.
Yeah.
First of all, I have not heard of any crop circles in Hessdalen. So I don't think that's the reason why they.
Have you heard about it in hotspots?
Sorry?
Have you heard about crop circles in hotspots? I mean, because there's lots of areas that we call a UFO hotspot.
The crop circles in England a lot, of course, and I have seen balls of light. So there's maybe a connection, of course, but they don't need to make a crop circle, even if there is a connection. That's a speculation, of course.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of any in hotspots. Another thing I want to say to everyone, I believe that there is a lot of hotspots around. Well, I know there's a lot of hotspots around, and I'm a little bit wondering why so few people have done any field work with instruments and so on. That's a little bit strange. Everyone is talking about Hessdalen now, and and believe it's very much. Well, there is very much, but my point is that may be very much other places as well. And that would be very great if someone could do the same thing, putting up instruments and getting data.
Did Hakan Kayal talk about a hotspot where they want to put out some cameras?
Hotspot, I mean, when I'm talking about hotspots, the Hessdalen is a hotspot.
Yeah, but I know that like Avi Loeb is he putting out on like university on the top of the university buildings or in cities, or where does he put them out?
I don't know if he had put up anything. I contacted him some years ago and offered him a place in Hessdalen.
Yeah, okay.
And he then said that they hadn't decided where to put it, but that was a long time ago. Maybe they had.
Yeah.
I don't follow him detail enough.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Johnny and only Johnny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. I had something. It's only my experience. I can talk about here. I was very inspired by this man. You know, Stephen Greer.
Yeah.
He has some apps where you can pick some tones, crop circle tones, also through the app and send them. I sent it through a walkie-talkie someday and sat and looked out to the sky and waited. At strange enough, something started to happen. I don't know why, but 3 or 4 lights come up in the sky. I didn't have my camera at the time, but I thought it was strange. But I don't know what the crop circle tones are.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Wow. Okay.
I think I tried. I don't know if it worked, but
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
do some strange things
That-
sometimes, but it works. It worked at the time I tried. I can't explain why, but
but
it's
that's
just yeah.
that's interesting. If there's something
Yeah.
you could do to provoke or
Yeah, to
yeah,
provoke. That's what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah. That could be a tool to try to get
Yeah.
provoke in some kind.
Yes,
Maybe.
definitely
I
something
don't
to
know.
think about. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. Yeah, well, in a way, yes.
I
Please,
can't
please.
explain it, but that's just my
Yeah,
experience.
yeah.
I've seen a
John.
lot of strange things.
So yeah,
Yeah.
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 Johnny R.
Well, regarding crop circles, one thing I find interesting is that for the most part, from the videos I've seen from England and stuff like that, when it comes to spheres and stuff like that, is that for the most part, it seems like it's mostly metallic spheres, or what I should call it, not like ball lightning with electricity and plasma and stuff like that. It's mostly, to me at least, it seems like it's mostly related to metallic stuff. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I agree. What I have seen too is like very round, metallic, and I think we now tend to say orb for everything.
Yeah.
That is round. But I agree. I mean, if you look at the Chris Bledsoe and this the last one I showed you here from Annie Karin, they look like electricity or something. For me, there's like so much like it looks like plasma.
And at the same time, it's kind of like the movement is kind of different too. The metallic spheres and stuff like that in crop circles is more like a steady pattern or movement.
Yeah.
But the more like what you're talking about, what I've seen, like plasma and stuff like electricity and stuff like that, it's more like
more random.
It's not a set pattern or movement.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to end it, but I'm allowing everybody to if you have any questions or any last comments, please raise your hand. Yes, Andrea?
I'm sending a crazy idea. If you start thinking that these plasma balls, I'm not saying all the ones in Esdalen, but some of the ones in New Jersey, for example. If you start thinking that they could be holding like inside an object, whatever, that maybe it's emitting it's the actual object, this the vehicle, and it's emitting the field for which you see the plasma from outside of it. You could start thinking that there is someone like a foreign entity, possibly even like someone like, China, that maybe has developed a technology and is kind of using it. But, I mean, crazy thought.
Yeah, no, I think actually I've heard some stories where they have seen some light that is very fuzzy and then it turns into a solid object. So yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You need to explain why this light with these balls appear and are stable over time, and they have these movements, right? So one of the possible explanations in the past papers also about Hessdalen was that these lights were not actually just plasma lights, but were like emissions from another objects, whether like a distant remote object or an internal one to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
wall itself.
Yeah, I hope to go to Hessdalen and have a longer conversation with like Jan Asbos, because he was not only telling about these three lights that he saw that, and then one of them came over his head and he saw that it was like a craft, and he saw the light was coming just out of it, like in the front of it. That's why like it was a grid on it and it was coming out there. But he also said later on that he's seen lights that are on the sky, and it's just like this orb in the way he describes it, but it would be hanging up there, and when there's an airplane the light goes off, and when the airplane is gone the light comes on again. So he said it looks like it's controlled and it knows what's going on. So that's my dream, that one day I will be able to have a proper conversation and get all these stories.
If I may, Fred, I thought you were kind of telling another thing, but one of my dreams would be, like, I'm thinking about some experiments to do in Hessdalen.
Yeah.
And for example, one of those would be to actually test whether the phenomenon has an object, a physical object inside, or is it just a light phenomenon? So you would shine a laser.
But would the laser or would like a radar determine that?
Both.
Yeah. Because that's also something we have to put up on the list is to have a radar or LiDAR or whatever. Definitely, yeah. Because if you know that you get the bouncing.
Different technologies, so different ways, different artifacts. So just combining different sources, you might find actually what is the truth there.
I think there was a interesting YouTube I saw now where they said, we know what these drones are, something like that. I was like, what? Let's see if I can find that. And they were saying something about that. Let me see. That it was bouncing off the light in a different way. It's like, I will see if I can find it and put it into this presentation. But it's as if the reflection from the radar was unexpected.
With a delay of seconds, right?
Yes. Oh, you have seen the same one. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, and that's why you need to have different instruments. So you might be able to see that, for example, light gets distorted, but other frequencies are spectra not.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're gonna end now, and I'm just gonna say thank you. There was a good talk. It's always nice to have a little conversation like this, and I wonder what's gonna be next month, because things apparently some say that now we're gonna get all the information, or who knows. But and now I have to look at the program, because that movie I found out that's actually available. I can just buy it on a site. So I downloaded the program. So that's interesting too. Yeah, that's it. Let's say bye-bye. Thank you. Hope to see you next month.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you guys.
Bye-bye.